So Godfather of Harlem was one of my favorite shows, right? Gave me a different perspective on who Adam Clayton Powell was, Malcolm X, and Bumpy Johnson. But before we get deeply into that, like I want to find out, like, how did you get started? What was your life like before you got into these different things?
Man, my life was crazy. I was Brooklyn on 120th and St. Nicholas, and then I moved out to Far Rockaway, Queens. And if you know anything about Far Rockaway, that's a little inlet. You take the A train out there, we call that Alcatraz. It's like if you miss that stop, God help you, God bless your soul.
So it's one way in, one way out.
It's like the Irish people called it the Irish folks for the Hamptons for Irish people out there. But living in Far Rockaway, it was nothing but New York City housing around me.
Right.
So we had about 20 to 30 housing projects on one little inlet. I started gravitating towards film and movies and reading because that was my way of escaping the white noise. So I would lock myself in a room and just watch movies like Rebel Without a Cause, The Maltese Falcon. One of my favorite movies was Once Upon a Time in America. I always thought I was the guy in news, Sergio Leone. And just watching that and watching different films and learning how to understand who Sergio Leone was, who Scorsese was or Coppola was. These were ways for me to just escape what was happening outside. But I was a troubled kid too. I mean, I've been through notorious juvenile facilities. I was at Sparkwood, Lincoln Hall, Rikers Island. It was just like I needed an escape. So that was my way of escaping everything that was around me. My older brother is an artist by the name of Father MC. So when he got his record deal, they used to call him the Chicken Man. It's so funny, right? He used to work at Kentucky Fried Chicken. He used to come outside every day smoking a cigarette, but he had flour all over him. So they used to call him the Flour Man. But he also always told everybody, he said, I'm going to get myself a record deal. I'm going to get myself a record deal. He won a contest at a roller skating rink. And Andre Rose signed him, Uptown Records. So now everybody's watching Video Music Box. Yeah, everybody's watching Video Music Box now, and they see treated like they want to be treated with Corey Rooney and Mark Morales, aka Marky D, God bless the dead. And my brother's like, I'm gonna take you on tour, so you could escape everything that you have around, because I was a wild child running wild. And my first tour was with Second to None, Heavy D, Candyman, Troop, High Five, EP&D. I got to see the country. And it was nothing, Paris, like being on a tour bus, seeing and looking outside your tour bus window on your bunk bed, looking at the country passing you by, and you leaving what's behind you.
Right.
So that's what inspired me to start creating.
Right. So when the times where you were going through juvie, right? Because you know a lot of kids go through that process, and for a lot of them, they settle on that's what life is going to be, and they learn the streets more than they try to get out of the streets. And then it's like the streets in and out of prison, whatever, however they survive. When you were going through that time period, did you ever know that? Did you ever have any kind of idea that you were going to be where you were today? Where you are today?
I think growing up, like where I grew up, like going through Sparkwood and Rikers Island, I was in Lincoln Hall. It was like a rite of passage. And my mom's put me in this, it's called PINS, Persons in Need of Supervision. That's the acronym, PINS, right? And when I was in Lincoln Hall, my counselor gave me a book called Man, Child in the Promised Land by Claude Brown. And he said, if you read this book, you'll be able to get a furlough and come home. And I read the book and I started to love reading. You know, I started reading books. I tell people all the time, if you dream it, you can achieve it. I know it sounds cliche, but I'm a person that was like, you know, I knew how to separate myself. I know how to do an Irish exit. That's what the Irish folks say. You look around, Markuann is gone, because I know what's meant for me and what's not meant for me.
Right. All right. So Jay, FUBU, right? I remember I was in college. I saw LL do the commercial, the Gap commercial, And then he said what he said, and I was like, I didn't get it at first until I saw his hat, and I was like, wow, that's pretty slick. You know, I was business management, marketing, and all that stuff, right? So tell us a little bit about, like, take us back before FUBU, and then bring us up to where you are today. Like, what made you go? You actually made a transition, right, from fashion. First of all, from just wanting to do something into doing something into fashion, and then into TV now. Like, tell us a little bit about that process.
I mean, if you go back to like the LL thing, you know, so we grew up where we grew up, LL lived. And the story behind that, because LL's best friend, brother, was my best friend. We were in a rap group,
Right,
and he was in a rap group.
right.
He had 3 guys in a rap group. I had 3 guys in a rap group.
I ain't know you used to rap, man. Come on, man. Wow.
It gets deeper. It gets
Wow.
better. It gets better. So the guy that was in the rap group with me, right? He wound up dying. He went to go visit some woman, and something happened, and all of a sudden, you know, he got killed.
Wow.
That guy was named Hood. So in the scenario song, right? It says a bunch of guys there. I forgot the name, how many's there, and one guy's in the physical. One guy is not in the physical. That was my partner in my rap group.
Wow.
His name was Hood. So he came to us one time, was like, yo, I got a situation. Yo, I can get on the song. And I'm like, yo, bro. He's like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't do it. No, bro, you better do it, because once you on, then we can get on. And he got on. And actually, to me, no disrespect to the song, but I think he got the best lyrics of that whole song. And long story short,